discuss about cost manager. So the cost manager in inventory module is responsible for generating the accounting entries and fetching the associated costs of the transactions. For example, if laser printer is costing say $300 each, then 10 laser printers are ordered, then it will simply determine the cost. In this case, the unit quantity multiplied by the cost price equals 3000, and that will be displayed in inventory along with the associated accounting transaction. For example, if it is moved from the picking sub inventory to staging sub inventory, so in this case the inventory valuation is getting affected, so there will be a transaction in the background. So that would be shown as an accounting transaction with associated costs. And when the next transaction happens from staging sub inventory to outside, say customers, in that case the inventory valuation will be affected because the goods have been shipped. So that will again be shown as a separate cost transaction in inventory with accounting entries associated. So I'm going to take you to inventory module very quickly and show you as an example over here for a sales order that I have been working on a little while earlier. So I'm going to go to Oracle applications, and then I'm going to log in as a MFG user. Hit the login button, and then the first thing I'm going to do is go to the sales order form and show you one of the orders out there. So still loading up. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm going to cancel that one, and then I will simply move on to order management, and there I will go to orders and returns and sales orders, and here I'm going to query an existing order that I have it. So that's the sales order I've been working with. The lines, and the lines, as you could see, has got an item WM101, which is nothing but the laser printer, and it has got a unit price of 387, okay, and a quantity of 1, which equates to total price of 387. So this order has been fulfilled. In other words, it has been picked and shipped. So now we will go on to the inventory and have a look at the inventory transactions associated with this particular sales order line. So I'm going to close that, and here itself I've got the inventory module, and I will go to transactions, and then I will go to transaction summaries. There I will choose the warehouse as we probably may not have it over here in vision operations, so it should be from E4 warehouse. So let's do one thing. come out of this, and we probably need to log in with another user. And let me first log out from this user. Okay, we have simply closed it without logging out, hence it is prompting us back to the old user. Okay, so logged out, and then I will log in as Netherlands user. And there I'm going to go on to the inventory responsibility. You see inventory vision Netherlands, and there I will go to transactions, and then I will go to transaction summaries. Okay, there I'm going to choose E4 as the Netherlands operating unit, and let's say we'll look for transactions from 1st onwards. Okay, so there you go, and you can see there is a 2 quantity ordered out of this. And if you go on to the transaction source type, you've got sales order over here, and sales order, which is this one. Go to transaction details, and here in transaction details you will see the entire detail of the transaction, what has happened. Okay, you can see it has been transferred to staging sub inventory over here, and if you go on to distributions, so it is transferred from B1 sub inventory to staging sub inventory. Most probably it will be a pick release transaction. So you see sales order pick, so it's a pick release transaction. If you go on to distributions now, there you will see the associated costing and accounting entries. And back to our presentation slide, so the reason why I have took you there is to explain you about the cost manager. So it's the job of cost manager to cost this particular transaction and to create the accounting entries associated with that transaction. So as you could see, the transaction value has been given as 150 and minus 150. It is picking from the B1 sub inventory, wherein the inventory valuation has decreased by -1 quantity, and it is transferred to staging sub inventory, where the inventory valuation has increased to +1 quantity. Hence you've got a minus and a plus entry in this transaction. Okay, so the cost manager as such has to be scheduled to run automatically every minute or every 5 minutes or any interval that you desire. Okay, alternatively it could be manually run. So as far as our demonstration is concerned, I will prefer to run it manually because I want you to see what are all the background processes that gets run in the background. So the way to run it manually is you go to setup, and then you go to transactions, and then look for interface managers, and there you have got cost manager. So presently it is active, but you can always launch it by going to tools and then launch manager, and there you will come up with a concurrent program called as cost manager, and the moment you hit submit, it will submit the cost manager automatically. So what I'm going to do is So this manager is already active, so we'll let it run automatically. However, at the same time we will manually run it. So let's see if it is still running. And if it is, okay, apparently it's not running, but it is active to run every 5 minutes. Okay, so next time when we'll run the demonstration, I will also run it manually to let you know how the process works. Alright, so that is the function of the cost manager.